Fire away.
What do you take away from last weekend as you talk to the team and get ready to move on?
Well, I think that's the big thing is like we just had a lot of stuff kind of happen last week, and we just need to settle down and get the ship straight again, and that's just really it. We had five. We played Friday, Saturday at Michigan State. The next time we suit up, 5 regulars are on the lineup, and that was a disruption in our whole week, and we just got to and we were going smooth right before. I don't know if it was smooth. We were going just in a good solid direction, and then all of a sudden in a 24-hour period with COVID and the Jack stuff going on and the Olympics, and it was like a tidal wave came over you, and it kind of knocks you on your heels a little bit. And now we just got to get back to work.
Is this week a little more normal? Is there more disruption coming?
No, it's. Is there more coming? Except Michigan? No, I mean we got some guys under the weather a little bit. Like that's one of the things that you kind of battled with still. We got a couple of guys are still injured, but that's normal. Like to me, that's normal stuff. We're just kind of trying to. Classes started today. Get back on a normal schedule, and get back on top of it. That might be the good thing, that it just was a tidal wave. It came over. Maybe it's over, and now we just start plowing forward.
What do you take away from that last series of Michigan? One very strong effort and one not as good.
Well, they'd say the same thing. And you get 2 good teams going at it. And if you're betting, you might see 2 tighter games this time. But we kind of did that 2 weeks in a row. But I liked how we were playing. So I'll go back to we went to North Dakota. Good weekend. We went to Michigan. We're playing good. We're playing some of the top teams in the country. Good. We come back. We win 2 games. I like where it's going. I like the direction. I like our group. And right now they I think they just won 4 straight too. So they kind of got on top of the wave right now, and they're a load to defend. And we got to be ready to go.
You've seen plenty of Justin Close in practice. You've seen him in some situations previous to last weekend. His first 2 games as a starter and kind of with that job on his shoulders. What's your assessment of him after 2 games in that role?
The biggest assessment it's not assessment. The biggest thing I'll say is the fact he got those 2 exhibition games in these 2. So 4 of our last 6 times we put the jersey on, he's been in the net, yep. And he just needs to stay in there and get comfortable. And a guy hasn't played a lot. And just get some minutes, get the feel of the game, the speed of the game. We're going to play catch up there right now, and there's a good shot you're going to see another goalie in there at some point too. And we're just playing, that's the hand we're dealt. We're just going to play with it.
What do you tell the goalies in your goaltender room to prepare for the rest of the season? What you're looking for, what you're expecting, what you want them to do?
But I'll be honest, I don't go in the goalie room. I leave that to the goalie coach. They know what to expect. I mean, if their light bulb should be on, they were going week to week knowing they were behind a goalie, and now all of a sudden, and that's what I said like this last weekend. There were 120 minutes that another guy used to fill. Faber didn't play. There's 23 to 25 minutes. Someone else had to fill those minutes. Okay, they're up for grabs right now, and it's not great timing, but it's what it is. It's like an injury. I said that's what you play like. So.
Do you expect Faber back this weekend?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
All except for the 2 injured guys, everyone's back.
Okay. Gophers aren't officially part of Hockey Day this year, but it's this weekend in Mankato, and you were a big part of that a couple years ago. What do you think of Hockey Day as an event, and what are your memories of it?
I think it's awesome for the community that hosts it. I saw that firsthand in St. Cloud. And then you've watched from afar, where you see the one up in Baudette, or you would see what was going on at the Stillwater the one year
yep.
I had it, and then to be part of it in St. Cloud, it was really cool for the community. And I'm sure Mankato's gonna do a bang-up job on it. And then it's got great meaning in our state now. It's a day that's taken over in our state, for celebrating our sport.
Coach, you've talked about how your team needs to find more consistency. You've kind of talked about that throughout the season. What kind of things are you looking for in this Michigan series in terms of consistency?
Well, I mean, you kind of asked me two questions: consistency in general, and then playing Michigan. So there's things against Michigan you got to be prepared to do. I mean, they hold on to the puck and they will try to squeeze every ounce out of a play. You know, they don't give up on plays because they're so talented, and we have to stay committed to back check. We got to stay committed to D zone coverage. We have to not turn pucks over. Those kinds of things and consistency. I think sometimes we coaches use it because we were winning and losing, so we'll just use the word consistency because, we went 5 weeks with that. And all I can tell you is one of those nights we were playing really good hockey. We need to play really good hockey 2 of those nights, and that's what we got to strive to get on top of. And so that's what's the fine line is like, if your team's not playing well, like, I can go to the film and go, you can identify things, but when your team on one night is playing very solid hockey and you get the results and then they don't the next night, I don't want to create a storm in there because it's there every week. I watch us in practice. I think we had just a little, so we'll use the word consistency that I think we all pick up on. I think it's more of a mentality, where, and you're seeing this in college hockey play out, when you knock somebody down, the next night they're gonna slug back. And it was more of a mentality that we had to form. And I thought we fell down on Saturday night at Michigan State, but fought back. And then what happened Sunday and Monday was like a tsunami. We didn't see it coming. So I want to just see our team back to playing really good hockey. And then I'll wish for it to happen twice. But I want to make sure we stay, on top of being a darn good hockey team. And from the, there wasn't like somebody said and I do read some of it they said after Michigan State that was our first sweep of the year. That was our third. So we'd been there before, but we're playing good. We've also played the #1 scouts in the country. We're striving to keep that elite level night to night, but I want to make sure we keep playing elite level. That it's there every week, and then this group will figure it out. Does that make sense to all you? Yeah. So that's why, and I don't want to. So if I keep going in our team consistency, they've been consistently pretty darn good. So, there's 2 ways to look at it. So I can't create a fight in there because I like them. Like I don't want to go back to my old, 6 days a week. They're a pretty good hockey team, And now we're battling something new with a couple of injuries and some new guys getting minutes. And away we go.
We've talked about line chemistry before, but it seems like the way the Niners are clicking together right now is got to be a lot of fun for you to throw them out over the boards and see what they can do.
I think they're having a lot of fun. You just see the chemistry. You can kind of see it coming in the first half, and then all of a sudden, those 2 guys came back from their shortened version of the World Juniors, and they just picked up right where they left off.
Yep.
And then we're gonna lose 2 of them again for the month of February. So, have to find a couple guys for Chaz to play with, but they're special. They've got speed, tenacity, toughness, skill. That's a pretty big time line.
When we talked to Ben, he always seemed like more of a quieter, reserved guy, not the stand up and yell and scream in the locker room kind of guy. But as a captain, is it based on what he does on the ice more than the vocal part of it? He's like a piston. He just works every day. I mean, it never changes. His work ethic, his commitment to off ice, what he does in school. I mean, he's a piston. He's just fires on the same
energy level every day.
That small town Minnesotan in him, right?
Excuse me?
It's that small town Minnesotan in him, right?
It's DNA, something stamped in him, I can tell you. We all see it.
As part of Hockey Day, they're having a Southern Minnesota celebrity game. Did you get invited to play in that? I mean, it seems like you'd qualify.
What in the hell? How did that happen? How did I not get invited to that? 11 miles from the Iowa border. That's as southern as you get. That's where I was born and raised.
Nice.
I guess it was based on talent, so I didn't.
Anything else?
Being down from southern Minnesota, did you follow Mankato hockey? Mankato State hockey the day?
Don Bros recruited me, I remember he offered me a scholarship as always, and then, but I kind of wanted to play junior hockey, and he was umpiring when Legion. It was Legion Ball or high school, I can't remember. And I came to the play, I didn't know he was umpiring. And I stepped in the batter's box, and Don goes, Motzko, have you decided where you're going yet? And I just turned, I hit the first pitch, and I was out. I got out of the batter's box, and I do remember that. And I didn't know what to say, because I wanted to play junior hockey, and I wanted to give that a whirl. So, that tells you what, coaches had to do back in the day. He's umpiring games on the side. And then I coached junior hockey too in North Iowa, and Brosey, he was a worker. He was in our building a lot, recruiting. So he, pretty big architect of that program going back in the day. We recruit quite a few of our players too. That went there.
But not while umpiring.
No.
That's great. You got the mask on and everything. Good story.
All good? All right, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Bob.
Jackson, how much do you guys take from the last game against Alaska, and how much do you just kind of leave there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, kind of a tough loss for us, but I think we're trying to put it behind us. And I mean, obviously, we got to learn from a few mistakes we made, and those can't be made again, especially with a good opponent coming up. But we try to kind of put that one in the past.
Michigan's a big game anytime the Gophers and Michigan are on the ice, but with the friendship you have with guys like Brisson, how weird is it to be battling for the top of the Big Ten with them?
Yeah, it's definitely kind of strange just to be playing those guys for so long, but it's also fun, kind of getting competitive with them and stuff, and it'll be fun to see them again, so we're excited.
And if I'm not mistaken, your dad is his agent and his dad is your agent or something like that?
Yeah, they work together, yeah. So it's funny. Yeah.
Is there a pretty good text thread going back and forth? Are you shut
Yeah.
down this week, or?
We'll see. I mean, hopefully I can, see him at some point, but we're good buddies and stuff, but on the ice we're pretty competitive, so it'll be good, yeah.
Just, two kind of interesting games out in Yost where, you guys kind of had your way one night and then the opposite happened the next night. What do you learn from that, and what do you have to do differently to get 2 wins this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they're so talented, and obviously they're a tough team to play, but we just got to kind of hammer down and play our game for both nights and never take our foot off, and they're going to be good games and close games, so we just got to stay in it no matter what.
What changes from Jack to Justin? Anything? You've had a couple games full on with him back there.
I don't think anything changed. I mean, he's a great goalie, and we all trust him, and we got to be there for him and support him and stuff, and I think he's ready, so we're excited.
How was it going through last week with all the changes the team went through? Was it a distraction? Did you guys kind of refocus, or how did it come about? I guess?
Yeah. I mean, it was sudden. I think we were all kind of shocked and stuff, and we're excited for Laffer, obviously. But I think we just got to kind of come together as a group again. And it was a little shocking, but I think we just got to come back together. Yeah.
Is this week feeling more normal? Back to school? Do you have any in-person classes, or is it all remote still?
Yeah, I had one this morning actually, but so it's kind of like half and half, I'd say, for most of the guys. But kind of get back in rhythm here, so it's nice.
Do you like having the routine, or did you like January being a little more open?
It's nice kind of being on a break and being more open, just kind of play hockey and stuff. But we all kind of don't mind class and stuff, so it'll be fun.
Jackson, you didn't get the invite to the Olympics, but is there any chance you could go as a speed skater after your experiences?
I mean, I don't know if you'd want to see me on speed skates again. It wasn't too pretty, but it was definitely a fun experience. So
Tell me how that came about and
Yeah.
what made you want to get out there and you know, Bonnie Blair's a
Yeah.
pretty good coach, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah, she is. Obviously, I skate with them in the summer and stuff, so that was probably my second or third time on speed skates. And then Grant really wanted to race because his sister was racing out there, and they let us get in there for like the morning race. So it just kind of happened, and then we just kind of went with it. So it was a lot of fun.
How'd you do? How were your times?
Not good. I think Grant smoked me, but no, it was fun. So yeah,
Weird skating without a stick in your hand?
yeah. I just felt like I was doing nothing. I didn't know what to do. But just going as best as I could. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was good.
Is the dynamic with a team like Michigan, with the talent they have, and you know your coach said they never want to let go of the puck. They want to squeeze every inch out of every offensive opportunity.
Yeah.
Playing them on the bigger ice sheet, their coach talks about, you know, when they're playing defense, not drifting too far away from your net. Does that change the dynamic a little bit that you've got that extra 15 feet out there with all that skill that they have?
Yeah, I think in some situations it can be harder to defend. I think that goes for both teams though as well. I mean, adapting to that kind of play as we get going in those games, and then just seeing kind of what differences it makes from the small ice to the big ice. So.
I was going to ask you about Ryan Johnson. You've played with him for a few years now. Do you ever ask him what he's doing out there by himself for another hour after practice? It seems like all the time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a super hard worker, and we all respect that out of him. So he's a special player, a special person to have on this team. So it's awesome that we see that out of him.
Does it seem kind of unfair that you and Brock got drafted by Southern California teams and he got drafted by Buffalo?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's obviously happy where I ended up, but I think it'd be cool for him to be close by home. So he probably would have liked that a little bit. But yeah, it's funny.
Nice.
Your coaches talk a lot about consistency for this team. It seems like your game in the second half early has been more consistent. Is there anything you focused on over break or anything you're really paying attention to?
Yeah, I think over break, just kind of getting back to having fun with the game, and you know, not being too uptight, not being too serious, but also more intense on pucks and on plays is kind of something I'm working on. So yeah.
Anything else? Thank you, Jackson.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.